Hello there, and welcome to another Mindful Monday. I am your host, 𝐸𝐞𝐞, and today we are going to be exploring a powerful concept. It's really about how we can transform our entire life by shifting our perspective. We'll dive into why it is crucial, how it works, and the profound impact that it could have not only on your health, but on your well-being and self-care. So let's begin this very intimate and personal journey, shall we? Perception, I love to use the analogy that it is like a prism. Though it's the way in which we view the world. When you shift the prism, you allow a certain spectrum of colors to come through. And we're all receiving light. I believe that we are all light beings and we are all receiving information. But there are some times in our lives where we're not able to refract, if you will, the beautiful spectrum that can come from this light that we're constantly receiving. So the prism in which we view the world can be our thoughts, our emotions, our experience. This is what shapes the prism and really influences how we interpret our surroundings and environment. And so by consciously shifting our perspective, we are able to shift or change our own well-being and cultivate a more fulfilling, positive, happy, fill in the blank, whatever your values are, whatever it is that you are looking to attain, put that in there, right? Where the blank is, a more values life, whatever that is. So for me, definitely growth is something that I value. So a way to gain more growth is through shifting my own perspectives by questioning some things. And so, the way in which we perceive the world, myself included, can really significantly impact our mental, our emotional, and even our physical health. Yes. So we're going to explore how adopting a different perspective can transform your life and why it's crucial for your health and well-being. And instead of saying why adopting a positive perspective can change your life, because positive can be very subjective, right? What is positive for me may not be positive to you because based on my lived experiences, knowledge, awareness, I might be able to glean something a little bit different from a situation than you. So I try not to just say a positive, have a positive perspective on things. Well, that's kind of subjective, but let's transform it. Let's find ways to shift that align with what it is that you value. So more of a value-based perspective than just saying, hey, a positive perspective. So you know me, I have my degree in public health and biology. So I like to kind of bring the science of it. And research in psychology has shown that our thoughts and our perceptions are really closely linked to our emotional and physical health. So the things that you think, your thoughts, your emotions, right? Our thoughts turn into actions, actions turn into patterns, patterns turn into habit. It makes sense that it would closely tie to our own health, emotional health, our physical health, I'll say our spiritual health, and overall well-being. So by changing and shifting your perspective, may it be positive, or we can even say neutral, can help you reduce your stress, lower the rates of depression, and can even improve your cardiovascular system. So that means lower incidence of heart attacks, stroke, etc., etc. So what we're doing is essentially rewiring our brain and creating new neural pathways that promote a more optimistic outlook. And again, the caveat is optimistic according to your life, according to how you view the world, or how you want to view the world, or how you want to be in this crazy world. So some ways that we can work on shifting our perspective, some practical steps that we can do to shift our perspective and really integrate um, integrate a shift, because a lot of us know that something needs to be changed, and it's about knowing where to change or how to change. So I always seek to empower you, not only give you the knowledge, but let me give you some tools too, and you try these out. See if it works for you. What might work for somebody may not work for you, and vice versa. So a really good practice, and I'm sure we have all heard this one, is of course a gratitude practice. By starting each day with gratitude, what are you grateful for? Maybe start with listing 3 things, maybe start with 1 thing and build up from there. These can be really small, minute things, but this just really helps shift and transform your focus into helping you to see the abundance of life, to see how life is showing up and supporting you, rather than the negative things in life. Again, from the if we bring in the science, or also the Western medical model of psychology, and most of us are wired to look at the shortcomings. So why not introduce practices that help create new neural pathways, so that we don't look at the negative, we're looking more at positive. And again, that is very subjective. What positive is for you may not be what it is for me. So practicing gratitude has been shown to increase happiness, increase endorphins, dopamine, help reduce depression. So by focusing on something that is more beneficial and more aligned to you, it helps you look for that in your life as well, and your overall perspective can change from that. Another thing is mindful breathing. Being cognizant of your breath. Mindful breathing is such a powerful tool for resetting your perspective. Now, again, when it comes to mindfulness practices, I always have to mention the caveat that mindfulness can also be dangerous, in the sense that it can bring up stuff that has been at the bottom of our, what we've locked, or we thought we locked away for forever, and we're going to go to our grave with. They liken it to like a muddy pool. And so the top can look nice and clear, but you've got all this mud that is settled to the bottom. And mindfulness, although a very beautiful practice, can bring things up to the top. So you have to exercise caution when it comes to implementing a mindfulness practice, knowing that it could bring something up that maybe you weren't ready to deal with. So that's my caveat with the mindful breathing. But of course, being able to learn and connect with your breath and body is a beautiful way of bringing clarity and bringing a grounding sensation, so that you can look at things not from a clouded lens, but you can see things as they are versus how you wanted to view them. But that's a story probably for another time. Mindful breathing, of course, in that practice can help reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve our overall concentration. So again, is that being able to build that connection, which helps you stay grounded in the present moment, regardless of what negativity might be going on around you in your environments, and even maybe in our thoughts and emotions. Another thing, one of my favorite, I was literally just talking to someone about this at breakfast, was positive affirmations. So this is something that I lived and breathed on as a child, but hated it. My mom used to make me say affirmations, and I absolutely hated it every time. Like, Erica, did you say your affirmations? No. I want to hear you say them loud in the mirror, all of the things, but I literally am a manifestation of my affirmations. So I am a big proponent of positive affirmations, incorporating that into your daily routine. I have a reminder. It's an alarm on my phone, and I've got like maybe 10 or 12 affirmations that I say daily to myself. It takes no more than like a minute to run through all of them. And just, again, ways to reframe, rewire, build new neural pathways, so that, again, our mindset is more aligned to the things in life which we want to cultivate, that we want to manifest. So, a simple practice. Affirmations have been known to work by helping channeling energy and helping us overcome self-sabotaging and negative thought processes. Again, being able to shift and change the prism of who we are so that we can refract this beautiful spectrum, this beautiful rainbow of light that we're constantly taking in every single day. So, seeking beauty and simplicity. This could be another way to just train yourself to find beauty in the mundane things, brushing your teeth. Oh my God, my teeth look whiter today. Maybe it's the rustling of the leaves, or you hear the wind, or a child's laugh. Something like this to focus on, where you're able to start cultivating immense joy from inside, not something that is based on something that we'll say like external gratification that is often fleeting. But finding joy in the simple things in life can really help improve your overall happiness, satisfaction, and well-being. I'm laughing because a thought came to my mind about living life to the fullest, but in finding joy in the small things in life can really help you live life to the fullest. And another thing is just surround yourself with things that align with where you want to be. Surround yourself with positive influences in your lives. Surround yourself with uplifting music. Surround yourself with books that inspire you, people who inspire you. Environments play such a crucial role in shaping our perspective, therefore helping us to garner a greater sense of well-being and happiness. And a positive environment is makes such the difference in your emotional, mental, and physical, spiritual state all around. Those of you who know that I am a advocate for people to understand childhood trauma and what that looks like, what it is and what it doesn't. And what research says is that in the early formative years of our lives, it is so important to have a positive person in your life, someone outside of your family who you can confide in, because when things go wrong or when trauma presents, whether it's in the household community or if it's just something that you are expressing that has been passed down generationally, that positive person, that positive influence has a major impact on your health outcomes later in life. So I can't stress that enough, of building those social connections and social interactions that benefit you, not just because you want to fit in, but they actually benefit you. Another thing that I want to talk on, and it kind of takes me from the point where I was talking about childhood trauma, is being able to shift your perspective can really help those of us who are here to break those generational curses. And in those of us who are going down that long journey of reparenting ourselves, providing the nurturing support that we may not have received in our early childhood, our early formative years. And so, this is a way, this is a tool, this is a reparenting tool, tactic, strategy. Many of us carry the patterns that have been inherited from our parents, our grandparents, previous generations. And this could include negative thinking, limiting beliefs, unhealthy coping mechanism. And by consciously creating that pause in life to shift our perspective, we can then break these cycles that have been plaguing our family for years, generations, sometimes century. And so by creating these habits and creating this new environment, if you will, for yourself, it changes the people around you. I tell people, and they hate when I say this, the fastest way to change somebody is by changing yourself, because you've changed your perspective, which means you change the way you look at them. So for instance, if you grew up in an environment where it was constant negativity, maybe fear was prevalent, you might have adopted these types of responses. And by choosing to see things from a different lens, from a different perspective, allows you the possibility to disrupt that cycle and establish a new empowering pattern or way of being, right? So we are breaking curses by just shifting our perspective, right? It takes those little things, again, to build on and change. The reparenting process is a process of loving yourself and giving yourself the care support that we might have missed out when we were younger. And it's about being intentional in the steps that you take, understanding where the gaps and where your parents' capacity stopped, and then realizing you have the ability to give that to yourself and then do that. So when we're able to reframe those thoughts about maybe what our parents did or didn't give to us, and come from a place of compassion and understanding, we're really able to heal those wounds and release any resentment and anger, and choose to affirm ourself and build our own self-worth with these types of practices. And it's all part of the reparenting practice, is realizing that you have the power. You now have the tools that your parents didn't have. And what a beautiful thing that is to realize that you've already surpassed your parents in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be just monetarily, right? The fact that you have the knowledge and you have the willpower, the intention, the skill set to be able to provide yourself what they could not is a beautiful gift to be able to give yourself and then your parents to essentially, as you say, and when you're working a job, to be able to manage up is essentially what you're doing when you reparent. So in really shifting your perspective, it doesn't just improve your day to day, but it improves the day to day of other people in your life. It allows you to have a more fulfilled, meaningful life. And when you are able to view your challenges as opportunities for growth, it really changes your focus, and it changes the whole context of the experience, because you then become more resilient and garner more satisfaction out of life. So there are some key benefits in adopting a shift in perspective, a shift in your mindset. And one of the things that I literally just talked about is your emotional resilience. Viewing setbacks as temporary, because they are, and as solvable problems, really can help you bounce back from difficulties quickly and help you build a more maybe foolproof plan going forward. It helps improve your relationship. Shifting your perspective, again, the easiest way to change you having an issue with someone is changing your perspective, because it changes how you look at them. You're able to be more empathetic and understanding and approach someone from compassion, which builds a stronger, healthier relationship. That, of course, leads to greater success. By being more optimistic, by being more resilient, you're able to take greater risk and have bigger rewards, have those big, beautiful personal achievements that you seek in life. And then at the end of the day, it's about having better health and well-being. When we're able to shift our perspectives, you're able to lower the stress. Things don't affect you like they used to, right? You were able to have control over how you respond to things versus just reacting to the external stimuli, whether it be a person, an environment, person, place, or thing right now. So I want you to remember, if you don't remember anything about the talk today, I want you to remember that your perception is really just reality, but reality filtered through the lens of your soul. And by embracing a shift in perspective, you can really transform your life. You can transform your reality. You can enhance your mental, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual well-being. You can break generational cycles. You can reparent yourself and become this powerhouse, creating a life that you actually want, actually being a co-creator, being a co-author on this journey. And with this power, you're able to change those around you too, because you essentially are giving them a roadmap, a guide of how they too can change their life. All that being said, you are your own guiding light. You are your own guru. And I am just here to share some thoughts, experience, perspectives from my point of view, my lived experience. I am just one person, and I love and welcome the dialogue. So when we're able to add to the richness of this conversation, it helps all of us on our journey of life, seeking to get closer to that which we want, and to continue to cultivate that of which we have. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me on this Mindful Monday. May your change in perspective take you to places, allow you to meet the unexpected and experience something you never would have thought you experienced. May that be beautiful and joyful and truly touch and resonate your soul. I'm 𝐕𝐴. Until next Mindful Monday. Bye.